Elon Musk has managed to become the CEO of Tesla and SpaceX, the founder of the Boring Company, and co-founder of OpenAI and Neuralink during the last 5 decades, all while remaining focused on his long-term objective of leaving Earth and populating Mars. Musk is essentially a real-life Tony Stark thanks to his space rockets, electric vehicles, solar cells, and the billions he's earned along the way, which is why he was the inspiration for Marvel's 2008 Iron Man film. Sounds cool, right? So for today's video, let's discuss the rise and fall and rise again of Elon Musk. But before we get into it, do me a favor and smash the like, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell button for notifications whenever a new video is published. Musk grew up with his nose buried in books and computers. He was bullied by his classmates and frequently beaten up by class bullies as a small, shy kid until he became strong enough to defend himself following a growth spurt in his teens. Musk's early interest in philosophy, science fiction, and fantasy books may be seen in his idealism and passion for human development. He wants to work on the internet, the shift to renewable energy sources, and space civilization, all of which he believes are critical to our future. Entrepreneur with a big vision, Elon Musk is the co-founder and CEO of PayPal, Tesla Motors, and SpaceX. Steve Jobs, Howard Hughes, Henry Ford, and Bill Gates have all been compared to him because of his phenomenal success. Musk acquired a strong, single-minded vision and a rigorous work ethic throughout an often tough upbringing. He is known to work as much as 80 to 120 hours each week. Musk seemed to be smoking marijuana while being interviewed on a podcast on September 7, 2018. This announcement, along with the departure of 2 Tesla executives, the company's head of human resources and chief accounting officer, caused the stock to plummet in value. This was just the latest in a series of negative news for the business, which included a shareholder lawsuit against Musk and the company over his notorious August 7, 2018 tweet. Tesla CEO Elon Musk just stated that he is contemplating taking the company private. Later on, the business decided against the plan. Despite these events, Tesla's stock has continued to rise under Musk's leadership, thus boosting his fortune. Tesla unveiled a pay plan in January 2018, in which Musk would not get a yearly salary, but instead earn cash based on the company's growing market value over the following 10 years. According to Bloomberg Billionaires Index, he has a total net worth of $209 billion as of January 26, 2021. Overtaking Jeff Bezos as the world's richest person. In the summer of 1995, Musk relocated to the Silicon Valley. He enrolled at Stanford University's PhD program in applied physics, but dropped out after just 2 days. Kimball Musk, Elon's 15-month younger brother, had just finished a business degree from Queen's University and had arrived in California to join him. As the early internet grew in popularity, the brothers decided to establish a company called Zip2, an online business directory with maps. Zip2 eventually attracted angel investors and grew into a profitable business thanks to the brothers' efforts. Zip2 was sold to Compaq for $307 million in 1999 by the brothers. Elon subsequently went on to establish his own online financial services business, X.com. Confinity, a business established by Peter Thiel and 2 others only months after X.com, and with the headquarters in the same building, was its primary competitor. In March 2000, the 2 businesses combined and adopted the same name of their primary product, PayPal, an online money transfer service for individuals. In October 2002, eBay, the online auction site, purchased PayPal for $1.5 billion in eBay stock. Elon Musk, who had been the biggest stakeholder in PayPal with 11.7% of the company's equity shares, found himself with $165 million in eBay stock at the age of 31. Elon Musk founded SpaceX, intending to transform the aerospace business and bring cheap spaceflight to the masses. The Falcon 1 rocket, a Stage 2 liquid-fueled vehicle intended to launch small satellites into orbit, was the company's entry into the competition. The Falcon 1 costs a fraction of what it did for rivals to construct and operate. a sector dominated by spacecraft manufactured by publicly owned and government-funded firms like Lockheed Martin and Boeing. The Merlin engine built by SpaceX, which is a cheaper alternative to those used by other firms, contributed to the rocket's cost-effectiveness. In March 2006, SpaceX launched their first Falcon 1 rocket, which launched successfully but was aborted due to a fuel leak and fire. However, at this time, the firm had already received millions of dollars in launch orders, the majority of which came from the US government. In August of that year, SpaceX won a NASA competition for funding to develop and test spacecraft that might serve the International Space Station when the Space Shuttle was discontinued. In March 2007 and in August 2008, 2 Falcon 1 flights failed to reach Earth orbit. But in September 2008, SpaceX became the first privately held firm to launch a liquid-fueled rocket into orbit. 3 months later, it was awarded a $1 billion NASA contract to service the International Space Station. Musk is known for being positive on almost all kinds of cryptocurrency, but now that Tesla's stock is even more closely tied to Bitcoin's triumphs or failures, its stock volatility has risen. Both businesses nearly went bankrupt in 2008. The entrepreneur informed an audience at the South by Southwest conference. "I gave both SpaceX and Tesla a probability of less than 10% likely to succeed," he said during a Q&A session. He continued, "At the beginning of 2002, I wouldn't even let my own friends invest as I didn't want to lose their money." Mr. Musk said that when PayPal was purchased by eBay in 2002, he earned $180 million, and he originally invested $90 million on SpaceX and Tesla, but the expenses continued to rise. He claimed 2008 was a tough year since SpaceX's Falcon 1 rocket failed for the 3rd time, and Tesla was on the verge of going bankrupt only 2 days before Christmas. He barely had approximately $40 million remaining at this time. "I could put it all into one company and the other company would definitely die, or if I split it into both SpaceX and Tesla, then they both might die," he said. He then stated, "And when you put your energy into building something, it's your baby, so I couldn't choose. I put the money into both, and thank goodness they both came through." He was divorced as well, and he said that he had to borrow money from his friends to pay his rent. SpaceX is alive by the skin of its teeth, and so is Tesla. If things had gone just a little differently, both companies would be dead. SpaceX very nearly ran out of money, recalls Musk. "I messed up the first 3 launches. The first 3 launches failed, and fortunately the 4th launch, that was the last money that we had for the Falcon 1. That 4th launch worked, or that would have been it for SpaceX. But fate liked us that day, so the 4th launch worked," says Musk. Mr. Musk said that he had no choice but to be the Falcon 1's chief engineer because he couldn't find any other acceptable candidates and didn't want to gamble his company's future on engineers that he didn't believe were up to par. Musk's vision for interplanetary life is based on an apocalyptic anxiety, which he believes that an extinction catastrophe on Earth would make life impossible, as well as an almost priceless hope for the future. And even though he can now afford to employ as many brilliant engineers as he wants, he still devotes 80 to 90% of his time to engineering and design at both SpaceX and Tesla, leaving the business side to the business's other executives. So which part of this video shocks you the most? What do you think of Elon Musk's decision on SpaceX? Let me know your thoughts in the comments section down below. And before leaving, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell button for notifications on our future content. With that being said, we'll see you in the next one.